This is the 5 a.m. calendar on July 9th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders are made in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you will be assigned an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel. I can't answer legal questions for you, so please save those questions for your attorney. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates, different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and not lose it. You should save your paperwork. If you end up missing a court date or if you don't follow a written court order, it could just end up back here. Here's how the morning is going to work. I'm going to call two names. First name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. And then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar's finished. And please get Brandon Morgan to the podium. Emmanuel Luna to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Brandon Michael Morgan, 11/7/1983.
Thank you. You are here on an out-of-county warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's July 14th. That's down at the Pinal County Superior Court. At the request of the judge down there, going to be holding you non-bondable due to the violation of your probation. So they'll either come pick you up or they'll transport you down there on July 14th.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Emmanuel Luna to the podium. McKinley Cox to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Emmanuel Luna, March 18, 2007.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 3 counts of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, 2 counts of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony, 1 count of discharging firearm in city limits, Class 6 felony, 1 count of assault, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a cash bond of $300,000. If you're able to post bond, pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you post bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any of the victims or witnesses, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey any terms of orders of protection, and you may have no contact with any of the victims whatsoever by any means. Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork. McKinley Cox to the podium. Juana Rivas to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
McKinley Cox, 11/23/05.
Thank you. You are here today on a grand jury warrant. The grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on discharging a firearm at a non-residential structure, Class 3 felony, 2 counts of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony. These events were alleged to have occurred back in August of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be July 16th in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the grand jury. It's a $150,000 cash bond. If you're able to post bond, pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you post that bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, no contact with any of your co-defendants, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. So please step to your left for your paperwork. Juana Rivas to the podium. LaShawn Walker to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
Juan Marquez Rivas, 05/18/2004.
Thank you. You are here today on a Justice Court warrant and a Superior Court new case. Let me talk to you about your felony case. You've been arrested for aggravated robbery, Class 3 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, no contact with your co-defendant, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You also have a Justice Court warrant I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date's July 14th. That's at the Encanto Justice Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $250 secured appearance bond. Same conditions of release, sir. If you want to please step to your left for your paperwork. LaShawn Walker to the podium. Travis Rowe to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
LaShawn Walker, February 24th, 1990.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for discharging a firearm in city limits, a Class 6 felony, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $20,000. If you're able to bond out, pretrial services supervision with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And I'm not sure whether this applies to you or not, but if you bond out, you're not allowed to reside with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed one civil standby with local law enforcement to return to collect any essential belongings. And you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Travis Rowe to the podium. Andre McCrary to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
Travis Rowe, 9/30/75, sir.
Thank you. You are here today on a Superior Court new case. You have been arrested for organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony, removal of a theft detection device, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you're able to post bond, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with drug testing and monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you may not enter any Walmart stores or their premises.
Yes, sir.
Please step to your left for your paperwork. Andre McCrary to the podium. Orion Moore to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Andre McCoy, 7/26/94.
Thank you. You are here today on a Superior Court new case and 2 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $100 secured appearance. Then you have 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date on both of those is July 16th in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. On the first one, it's $750 secured. On the second one, it's also $750 secured. So grand total for all 3, $1,600 secured. If you're able to post that bond, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you post your bond, you have to contact your PO within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation services. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Orion Moore to the podium. Dustin Green to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
Orion Moore, February 23rd, 93.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I'm not finding probable cause on the possession of narcotic drugs at this time. I am finding probable cause on the other 2 charges. Just because I haven't found probable cause today, though, doesn't mean the prosecutor's office won't find it at a later time. So I don't want you to think that it's going to go away forever. It could come back. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm only considering the 2 charges. I am assigning counsel. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Next court date's July 16th for that case, setting a placeholder bond of $50. For all your cases, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Dustin Green to the podium. Zachary Morrow to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Dustin Green, January 8, 1990.
Thank you. You are here on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the Downtown Superior Court. Saw you last time. I released you on your own recognizance. You now have a $500 secured appearance bond set by your trial judge. If you're able to post that bond, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
What if I'm not able to post the bond?
You'll be in custody until at least July 15th. Then you can talk to your trial judge about changing that bond.
Okay, I got a letter in the mail from Mesa saying, due to prejudice of...
I have nothing to do with Mesa. I'm just talking about the Downtown Superior Court. That's a misdemeanor matter.
I was never arrested in Phoenix.
I'm sorry?
I was never arrested here in Phoenix for drugs.
I have no idea where you were arrested, sir. All I know is that you had a case. I saw you last time, and I let you out. I let you know what your court dates were, and you promised that you would show up, and because you didn't show up...
Yeah, you were talking about in Mesa.
No, sir. I saw you here. All right, sir. So anyway, you got a $500 secured appearance bond that's set by your trial judge. So that trial judge is downtown, all right?
What was the letter in Mesa stating the charges were dismissed?
I have no idea, sir. I have no idea what's going on in Mesa. I'm telling you now that all this stuff that's going on is in the Downtown Superior Court, 175 West Madison Street.
Okay, but the case was in Mesa.
Sir, I don't know what to tell you.
It don't make sense. Okay.
All right. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Zachary Morrow to the podium. Carrie Cooley to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
My name is Zachary Morrow. My date of birth is 8/28/1998.
Thank you. You are here on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50 for that case. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date's July 16th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $250. So total $300 secured for both of your cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days.
Hey.
Why don't please step to your left?
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
So does this mean I have to spend county time?
Yeah, you're gonna be.
Can I do an OR?
No, sir, because you have your probation violation warrant on itself. It's $250, so that's why I set a small bond on your new case.
I mean, I got $5 on my...
On your books? Yeah,
Yeah.
sir, that's not going to be enough, so I'm sorry. All right. Carrie Cooley to the podium. Derek Edgen to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Carrie Cooley, 7/24/61.
Thank you. You're here today on the Justice Court new case.
Yeah,
You have
in
been-
Mesa.
You've been arrested for criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanor, and assault, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's going to be July 14th. That's at the East Mesa Justice Court.
Where's that? Sorry.
The East Mesa Justice Court. The address is going to be on your paperwork once you get it.
Okay.
Setting a secured appearance bond of $250.
Question?
Let me finish up first.
sorry.
Ma'am. No worries. So we have a $250 secured appearance bond, so you can use a bond company if you need to. At this time, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And at least until another judge lets you, you may not live with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed one civil standby with local law enforcement to return to collect any essential belongings. And you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony.
Can I have a couple questions?
Okay.
It's my home.
Yeah, ma'am, so
I have 4 cats, his dog's there, and he doesn't live there.
He doesn't live there?
No, he was staying there. So.
He lives at a separate address?
He had an RV and he needed a place to stay, so he stayed at my house. And I let him stay there. So.
All right, so you understand that if I let you back home, you can't have any contact with him, and he can't stay with you.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. He doesn't even have a key to my house, for that matter. And there's one problem. He has this dog, and it's disabled, blind, and I'm capable of taking care of him, but then again, I can't afford it. He's blind and 15, 16 years old. He threatened to take him out to the desert and shoot him, and I said that was animal cruelty. So I don't know what to do, if I should just call the animal shelter or SPCA or have him escorted to come get his dog. I don't know.
Yeah, so first of all, I changed the order. I'm going on your word that it's your place and that he doesn't live there, so I'm letting you go back. I'll let you go back home.
Thank you.
Still can't live with each other, still can't have contact with one another. About the dog, either you call the kennel to have him picked up, or he does the same thing, that he has a civil standby.
Okay.
With local law enforcement to get that dog, okay?
Yeah, the dog has to be like sedated. I mean, he can't even pick him up, so he has to get Benadryl or I don't know. It's just going to be a tough one.
So but I gave you your 2 options. Either call the kennel to come pick it up, or animal control. I either call them to pick up the dog, or
then he can,
or have you have a civil standby to have him pick up the dog.
Okay.
You can't contact him, so you have to set up the appointment and then have him come get the dog.
I have to set up the appointment with who?
With local law enforcement. So this was in Mesa, so you got to set it up.
So I call them.
Mesa PD.
And they'll contact him to come get this dog.
Yeah, you try to set it up that way.
Okay.
That's a little more complicated.
I know.
You could try animal control first.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
And then July
14th. It's on your paperwork.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Derek Edgen to the podium. Tazio Tate to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Derek Edgen, 120496.
Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for false report to law enforcement in Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm not assigning you an attorney because for these types of charges, you're not entitled to a free attorney, but you can hire your own attorney if you want to. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I have found probable cause. Your next court date's going to be July 23rd. That's at the Goodyear City Court. Upon promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. Once you're released, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to follow these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to appear on July 23rd at the Goodyear City Court?
Yes, sir.
1 second. Do you understand if you don't show up, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Yes, sir.
Upon promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance. Did you have a question for me?
Yes, sir. The address will be on the paperwork for that courthouse?
It will.
That's it, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Okay.
Tazio Tate to the podium. Mr. Moore to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Tazio Tate, 12691.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 24th and July 28th in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. You're going to be placed on supervised release, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. There's also an order of protection out against you. You have to continue to follow that order of protection. Sir, do you understand these conditions?
Yes, sir.
And do you promise to follow these conditions?
I promise.
Promise to appear on July 24th and July
I promise.
28th in the
I
downtown
promise.
Superior Court?
I promise. I'll be there.
And you understand if you don't show up, a warrant will issue for arrest?
I've been through this
All
too
right.
much. I don't want to go through it no more.
Sure thing. All right, sir. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them during normal business hours once you're out of custody. If you fail to call them, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to
Appreciate
your
it.
paperwork.
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
Mr. Moore, to the podium, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Name and date of birth, please.
Rodriguez Moore, 1993, November 1st.
Thank you. You are here today on one Justice Court warrant and a Justice Court new case. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for driving on a suspended license, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm not assigning you counsel because you're not entitled to a free attorney for these types of charges. If you want to hire your own attorney, you can go ahead and do that. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Your next court date is going to be July 23rd. That's at the McDowell Mountain Justice Court. You also have a Justice Court warrant. Same deal. I'm not assigning you a free attorney, but you can hire one if you want to. Next court date on that one, that's July 28th. That's at the Dreamy Draw Justice Court. As to both your cases, upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. Once you're out of custody, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand these conditions?
Yes, sir.
And do you promise to follow these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to appear on July 23rd at the McDowell Mountain Justice Court and July 28th at the Dreamy Draw Justice Court?
Yes, sir.
And you understand if you don't show up, warrants will issue for your arrest?
Yes, sir.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance. One, please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great.
Sure thing. Please clear the courtroom. I need Mr. Covarubio and Mr. Grady. And then,
He was one of these already, he's got the same charges, it was just probation going out here, or?
if he's got similar stuff going on, he's a knock too?
He's held the same tank as them.
Okay, that's fine. All right, Mr. Covarubio to the podium. And Mr. Grady to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
Nicholas Covarubio, 4/17/2007.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for sexual exploitation of a minor, Class 2 felony, furnishing of seed materials to a minor, Class 4 felony, indecent exposure, Class 6 felony, aggravated assault, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are July 15th and July 17th at the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $200,000. If you're able to post that bond, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you're able to post bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, no contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Fine, please step to the left for your paperwork. Dennis Grady to the podium, please. Name and date of birth, please.
12/1966.
And your name, please.
Dennis Lee Grady.
Thank you. You are here on a grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on one count of failure to register as a sex offender as a Class 4 felony, and 3 counts of registering false public records as Class 6 felonies. These events were alleged to have occurred between March and December of 2024. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is going to be July 16th in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the grand jury. It's a $2,500 cash bond. If you're able to post that bond, it'll be placed on pretrial services supervision. It'll be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you post bond, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
How much was the bond?
$2,500 cash, sir. Any other questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. For the final individual, I'll be visiting them back at their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Janice Stovall, date of birth 2/16/73, is here on Justice Court new case. Arrested for criminal trespass, Class 3 misdemeanor. If found probable cause, I'm assigning counsel. Next court date is July 14th at the Encanto Justice Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $50. If she's able to post bond, she's not to return to the scene of the crime and not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting with her back at her cell, if I found to make any changes to these release conditions, I'll come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 5 a.m. calendar.
If you please have a seat in the chair. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Trevante Louis Walker, May 4th, 1995.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, that is a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of theft or being in control of stolen property, that's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference July 15th and then a preliminary hearing the 17th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Just 1 second. Gentlemen, if you could keep it down, your audio gets picked up in here, so I just want to make sure that we're creating a clear record. If you could please keep it down in there. Okay, I'm sorry. 8:30 Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, you'll have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post, if you post that bond and you are released from custody, you are ordered not to return to the scene where the underlying alleged events took place. You cannot have contact with any alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons if you're released from custody. Do you understand those conditions?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I have a family at home right now. My wife is taking care of my kids by herself. She works from home. She needs help. And I have a job right now that I can't afford to lose. I really don't think I can pay this bond. I was wondering if it's a new charge, if there's any way that I could possibly be on my own recognizance.
So the short answer to that question is no. The long answer is, so I received a written recommendation from the county attorney's office on this matter requesting a $25,000 secured appearance bond based on the nature of the allegations. Based on the amount of time that has passed between your last felony conviction and now, I thought that $25,000 was not the least onerous condition I could impose, so I have reduced it to $5,000. I cannot release you on your own recognizance, and I won't reduce that anymore, but you have the opportunity to use a bonding company if you want to go that route. If you want to try to see if a bonding company will work with your circumstances, back in the jail, there's a list of bonding companies and their phone numbers posted in various places. You can find one of those lists and call one, two, or all of those companies to see if you can find one that will work with you. Any other questions, Mr. Walker?
No, ma'am, that'll be all.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh, wait, I do have one more.
Yeah.
What about being released to pre-trials and reporting to them?
Same answer. All right, thank you, Mr. Walker. You can step back in to your left there. Jeremiah Crack, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Brianne Barnes, if I could ask you to work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Jeremiah Joseph Crock.
And your date of birth?
11/26/1983.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crock. I apologize for getting that wrong. Okay, you are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is one count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. It is alleged to be a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference July 15th and then a preliminary hearing July 17th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On this allegation, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
I do. Why, I haven't had any charges in a long time. Why isn't pretrial services or any other conditions available?
It's not a matter of them being available or not available. It's a matter of weighing the factors that Arizona law requires me to consider in determining release conditions. So I do understand your point that it's been a long time. Long time is relative. It looks like your last felony conviction was from 2023.
And I completed that probation.
And other than that, you have 9 other felony convictions. You also have 2 felony failure to appears. Based on that and based on reported allegations provided by law enforcement that you do suffer from drug abuse, I have substantial concerns about your willingness and or ability to voluntarily appear in court, meaning I have some concerns that you might be a flight risk in this case, not only based on your criminal history, but based on the nature of those allegations.
But the last time it was for possession, they released me on my own recognizance for a lower class felony, and I've completed my probation.
Sure, this is a higher class, more serious charge. I'm not going to negotiate with you.
Okay.
You have a $5,000 bond.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Katie Torres, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Stuart Draper, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Katie Torres, 9/8/68.
Thank you, Ms. Torres. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3 and 15 of your probation. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment hearing. It will take place July 16th. It'll be at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. And if you are released, you will have 72 hours or 3 days to contact your probation officer. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Torres.
About my probation officer, I don't want the same probation officer I had the last time.
Okay, so for right now, you have to keep that probation officer. So if you get out of custody, make contact with that probation officer within 3 days. When you get to your next court hearing, back before the probation court on the 16th, talk to your lawyer and the probation judge about what options are available to you to get a different probation officer.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Torres. You can step back to your left. Brianne Barnes, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Anthony Martinez, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Brianne Barnes, February 10th, 1998.
Thank you, Ms. Barnes. You are here on 3 probation violation warrants. In all 3 cases, petitions to revoke your probation allege that you have violated terms 3 and 5. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in all 3 cases. Your next court hearing in each of these 3 matters will be, oh, excuse me. You're here on 2 probation warrants. They both allege violations of terms 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer for you in those 2 cases. Your next court hearing in the 2 probation matters will be a revocation arraignment July 16th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On the 2 probation warrants, you have a total secured appearance bond of $1,050. It's $900 on one of the warrants, $150 on the second. The 3rd matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. On those new charges, I've also appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearing on the new allegations will be a status conference the 15th, and then you'll have a preliminary hearing the 17th, all at 8:30 downtown. So you'll have court on the 15th, and then the 16th on the probation cases, and then the 17th back on the new case. On the new case, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. That will make your total bond for all 3 cases $1,300. It is all secured appearance. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
So I am able to be released if I pay my bond?
As far as I'm concerned, yes. It is possible that you have other holds that MCSO knows about, but I don't. But in terms of the matters I'm seeing you on, you are bond eligible if you post that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Barnes. Stuart Draper, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Brody Kaloka Larson, if you'd work your way to the 2nd chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Stuart Draper, 12885.
Thank you very much, Mr. Draper. Okay, you are here on a child support arrest warrant. The family court judge assigned to your family court case has issued an $800 cash purge on that warrant. That cash purge is the amount that you must pay in cash in order to secure your release from custody. Whether or not you pay that cash purge, you must attend a return hearing on this warrant. That hearing is scheduled for July 15th. It'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning in the family court downtown, Superior Court Family Court downtown. Under Arizona law, I cannot reduce, modify, or eliminate the amount of that cash purge. I am required by Arizona law to ask you 2 questions. Before I ask you these questions, Mr. Draper, I will tell you, you are not under any obligation to answer them.
Understood.
You can say, no, thank you, move on, and I will. Okay, first question is there anything that you want the court to know about your present ability to pay that cash purge?
I have the ability to pay the cash purge. Do you want me to elaborate, or is
it's
that
up to you.
sufficient?
You can provide as much information or as little information as you choose.
So I was unaware of this warrant. We had an issue with the county website that was recording the payments. My ex-wife and I went together to sort this out. We had some verbal agreements. I've been paying her. Like, I have no outstanding money owed to my ex-wife for child support. So I'll pay whatever I got to do and do whatever I got to do to sort it out. But this was a shock to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, second question. Again, you do not have to answer this if you don't want to. Is there anything that you want the court to know about being held in custody unless and until that amount is paid?
I've already been here 16, 17 hours for not signaling on a left turn. I'd like to go home and see my 5 kids and my wife. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Draper. So you do have to post that $800 cash purge when you get back to the family court. So even if you post that, if you post that, you get out.
Right.
So if that happens, please make sure that you take yourself back to the family court on the 15th at 10 o'clock. I don't know. It looks like this warrant was issued in 2013.
23.
I'm sorry. Yes, yeah. I'm sorry. It was 11/3 of 23. So it sounds like maybe things have changed between then and now, or maybe this was improperly issued back then, but that's all stuff that you'll want to work out with the family court. So please make sure you get yourself to that hearing on the 15th, because that family court judge is the only one that can help you get all of this resolved.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate
Draper.
you. Yep.
Anthony Martinez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Nathan Lopez Juarez, if you please work your way to the 2nd chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Yes, Anthony Martinez, September 25th, 1983.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. You are here on 2 bench warrants, both issued when you failed to appear at revocation arraignment hearings in 2 different probation cases. In both of those cases, you have a lawyer assigned to represent you already. That lawyer will continue to defend you. Your next court hearing in each case will be a revocation arraignment, July 16th. It'll be at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On each of those 2 warrants, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. So your total bond will be $500. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you are ordered not to possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Mr. Martinez. If you'll wait for your paperwork, you can head back to your left.
thank you.
Brody Kaloka Larson, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Candace Anderson, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Brody Kaloka Larson, January 6, 2006.
Thank you, Mr. Kaloka Larson. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges violations of terms 3, 5, and 15. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment, July 16th. It'll be at 8:30 in the probation court downtown, and you have a $100 secured appearance bond on that warrant. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can wait for your paperwork, head back to your left. Nathan Lopez Juarez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Leticia Ramirez Almeida, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
It's Nathan, 4702.
Is your full name Nathan Lopez Juarez?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. You are here on 3 bench warrants. All 3 of them were issued when you failed to appear at a status hearing in drug court. You have a lawyer assigned to you in all 3 of those cases already. That lawyer will continue to represent you. Your next court hearing on each of these 3 matters will be a new status conference. It will be July 15th at 9:30 in the morning back in the drug court downtown. On each of those 3 warrants, you have a $50 cash-only bond. So your total bond will be $150. It is all cash. If you post that, in addition to getting yourself to your next hearing on the 15th, you are ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can head back to your left. Candace Anderson, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Daniel Snyder, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Candace Anderson, 12/8/1981.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. You are here on allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of taking the identity of another, 1 count of burglary, those are both Class 4 felonies, 1 count of theft of a credit card, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of fraudulent use of a credit card, that's a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference July 24th and then a preliminary hearing July 28th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Ms. Anderson, I am inclined to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. You would be required to get yourself to both of your next court hearings. You would also be required to make contact with pretrial services upon your release. Their contact information will be provided to you both in your release paperwork and in a little packet that you get with your release paperwork. Once you are released from custody, in addition to going to court and contacting pretrial, you would be ordered not to return to the scene where any of the alleged underlying events took place. You could not have contact with any alleged victims or witnesses, and you could not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Ms. Anderson, if I release you to pretrial services, do you understand all those conditions that I have discussed, and do you agree that you'll abide by them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much then. You will be released to pretrial. Please make sure that you call them as soon as you're out of custody.
Call on the paper.
It's on the paperwork and it's in that package. In that envelope, you'll have their phone number too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Anderson. You can step back to your left. Leticia Ramirez Almeida, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Arthur Stoyanov, if you would work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Leticia Nayeli Ramirez Almeida, January 13, 1986.
Did you say 86 or 96?
86.
Thank you very much. Okay, you are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, those are both class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, which is a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support the paraphernalia and narcotic drug allegations, but I did not find probable cause to support the dangerous drug allegation. My finding of no probable cause does not mean that allegation is legally dismissed. It is possible that the county attorney's office will file formal charges on that allegation, but what my finding of no probable cause does mean is I'm not considering that dangerous drug allegation in terms of determining your release conditions. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you. That lawyer will defend you against any charges formally filed as a result of this arrest. Your next court hearings will be a status conference July 24th and then a preliminary hearing July 28th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, which means you would be released from custody. You would then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings, and you would be ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription upon release. Do you understand those conditions, and do you agree that you'll abide by them?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Then you can step back to your left. Daniel Snyder, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Adam Maya, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Daniel Andrew Snyder, 8/29/76.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. I am seeing you on a failure to comply with court terms warrant issued by the North Mesa Justice Court on a misdemeanor driving under the influence case. I am not making any orders regarding your entitlement to counsel in that case. I'm not saying you are or you're not entitled to a lawyer. That determination will have to be made by the judge in the North Mesa Justice Court. So if you have a lawyer already, don't worry about it. But if you don't have one and you think you're entitled to one, you'll want to bring that up with the North Mesa judge at your next court hearing. Okay, your next court hearing as it stands right now will be an arraignment hearing July 24th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the North Mesa Justice Court. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance on this warrant. That would mean it would be your responsibility to get yourself to that hearing July 24th. My records indicate you were served this warrant while you were in custody or are in custody on something else.
Yes, I am.
I'm not necessarily concerned about what that other thing is, but do you anticipate that you will be out of custody and able to get yourself to that hearing on the 24th?
No, I'm going to be here for the other case.
Okay,
So-
through at least July 24th?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, the only reason that hasn't been taken care of is because I've got all the documentation and I've been trying to submit it to the courts. I've got, the judge said she would quash the warrant, should sever the fine or whatever. I've got everything that I've accomplished in prison, all my certificates, everything that should more than satisfy the court. So.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a small bond on this case. It's called a placeholder bond. The purpose of that bond is not necessarily to saddle you with more financial burden. The purpose is to get you transported to court. Because if I release you without a bond, that court hearing is not going to go into MCSO's system, and that court hearing will come and go, and you'll still sit in custody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small bond on this case. It's going to change multiple things. The first thing it's going to change is you will then be entitled to a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of the bond issue. The second thing is it's going to move your hearing up to the 14th at 1 o'clock. Okay. So on the 14th at 1 o'clock, MCSO will transport you to that court hearing. You'll have a lawyer present. Talk to your lawyer at that hearing about getting the court to eliminate that bond, because like I said, the purpose is only to get you transported to that hearing.
Your Honor, can you check and make sure that I don't have a court date on the 14th? I mean, I'm not sure.
I cannot. I only have access to the case that I'm seeing you on.
Let me see if I have.
I also don't have the authority to change that date. So even if you have another hearing, the only options I have are to give you the out of custody date on the 24th or the in custody date on the 14th.
Well, I guess stick with that for now. Like I said, I have everything that should suffice. Do you want the copies of these? Or?
I do not, because it's the North Mesa court that's going to want that. So keep them. I'm not suggesting those aren't relevant, but they'll be relevant to the next court. So keep those with you. If you get this paperwork and later determine that you have a different date, a different court hearing on the 14th. If you think those times conflict and you won't be able to make both, in your paperwork, I'm going to give you the phone number to that North Mesa court. Assuming you have access and the ability to use a phone, you could call that court and say, hey, I have a court hearing on the 14th. The court couldn't change that date. I have a different hearing, and see if they would agree to change that hearing date for you.
All right, and you'll give me documentation stating my next court hearing? And all
Yes,
that? Okay.
you'll have date, time, address, phone number to the court, all in the paperwork that I'm about to give you.
Excellent. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you, Mr. Snyder. If you'll step to your left, we'll bring your paperwork out to you here in just a minute.
Appreciate it.
Arthur Stoyanov, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Jennifer Bach, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Arthur Richard Stoyanov, 12/29/2004.
Thank you very much. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is one count of reckless driving. It is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support that allegation. Because it is a misdemeanor offense, the nature of that charge does not entitle you to a court-appointed lawyer. That means if you want to have a lawyer represent you against that allegation, you will have to hire a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing July 28th. It'll be at 9:30 in the morning in the Kyrene Justice Court. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, which means you would get out of custody. You would then be responsible for getting yourself to your next court hearing. Upon release, you would be ordered not to operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. And if you have a valid driver's license and operate a vehicle, you would be strictly ordered to comply with all of the rules of the road, including posted speed limits. Okay. Do you understand those conditions and agree that you'll abide by them if released?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much. Then you can grab your paperwork, head back to your
I have a question.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
About my license, how do I know if it's valid still or?
You can call MVD, call the Motor Vehicle Department, and they can tell you the status of your license.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Adam Maya, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Janice Pangelin, I'll get it right when you get in here. All right. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, Adam Christopher Maya, 02/04/1986.
Thank you, Mr. Maya. You are here on you're here on a failure to comply with court terms warrant issued by the East Mesa Justice Court. The underlying allegations in that case appear to be a felony marijuana possession allegation, although it might be a misdemeanor. Driving on a suspended license and a drug paraphernalia allegation. Because this is a post-adjudication matter, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. If you already have a lawyer working with you, you can continue to use that lawyer. If you don't have one, you will have to hire one to represent you. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing July 23rd. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the East Mesa Justice Court. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, so you will be released from custody. You will then be responsible for getting yourself to that next court hearing. Once you are out of custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. That does also include marijuana or cannabis unless you have a medical card for it.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand those conditions and agree that you'll abide by them?
I do. The only thing I have an issue with is, so I went through this and I did they gave me a plea thing, and they were supposed to drop the marijuana and just be the paraphernalia only.
It's possible that happened. So the information that I have comes to me on the actual court document that is the warrant, and it is possible that the warrant had the original charges.
Okay.
So I could be wrong about that. I could just have how the case started out. It may some of those may have dropped when you went to disposition, and I may not know that. But when you get to your next court hearing, make sure that you confirm that with the East Mesa Court. I don't know when you took a plea. I don't know when you were sentenced, but the warrant was issued in 2021.
2011.
Okay, so it could be an error. So double check that with the court. It is the East Mesa Court that if that is wrong, they're the ones that are going to have to clear that up. So all I have right now is what's on the warrant. That's what's listed on the warrant. But if that's an error, you'll want to get that cleared up when you go to your next court hearing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Maya. Jennifer Bach, if you would please work your way into the courtroom.
Good evening.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Jennifer Bach, 10/02/2003.
10/02, is that what you said?
Yeah, 02,
okay.
2003.
Thank you, Ms. Bach. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is 1 count of criminal speeding. It is a Class 3 misdemeanor. Because it is a misdemeanor allegation, you are not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. You will have to hire a lawyer to represent you if you wish to have a lawyer defend you. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing July 29th. It will be at 1:30 in the afternoon in the University Lakes Justice Court.
And that's in Mesa, right?
I think it's in Tempe.
Tempe, okay.
You'll get the address and phone number for that court in your paperwork. So keep that. You can put it into your phone or your GPS, or you could always call them for directions. All right, I am going to release you on your own recognizance, so you will be responsible for getting to that hearing on your own, so please keep that paperwork so you know where it is. Okay, any questions, Ms. Fox?
No.
All right, thank you very much. Then you can step back and get your paperwork. Okay, Janice Pangilinan? Pangilinan. Okay. Tell it to me again and give me your date of birth, please.
Janice Michael Pangilinan, 01172004.
Pangilinan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Pangilinan.
You're welcome.
You are here on a failure to appear warrant issued by the White Tank Justice Court on a misdemeanor criminal trespassing case.
Oh.
Because that is a misdemeanor allegation, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. If you don't already have a lawyer but you want one in that misdemeanor case, you'll have to hire a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing July 29th. It'll be at 9:30 in the morning in the White Tank Justice Court, and I do intend to release you on your own recognizance. Did you have a question?
Wait, so I'm going home tonight?
Well, you'll go home at some point today, yes.
Oh my, thank you so much.
Okay.
I have been patient.
Okay, we'll continue to be patient because it might still take several hours back there.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Go ahead and step back to your left. Okay, good morning. Do I have a court interpreter on the line?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Hernandez. Would you go ahead and make your official announcement for the record, please?
Martin Hernandez, court interpreter.
Okay, good morning again, Mr. Hernandez. It looks like I have 3 individuals that I require your assistance with. If you are ready, we'll get started with those.
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay, can I please have Rosemary Sanchez Pyrie into the courtroom?
Rosemary Sanchez Pire, pase a la sala.
Can I please have your full name and date of birth after the interpretation?
Su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor, después del intérprete. Adelante.
Rosemary Stephanie Sánchez Pire, enero 17 del 2000.
Rosemary Stephanie Sanchez Pire, January 17, 2000.
Thank you very much. You are here on allegations of new charges.
Muchas gracias. Usted está aquí el día de hoy por acusaciones recientes.
Those allegations are 1 count of disorderly conduct and 1 count of assault. They are both misdemeanor allegations.
Las acusaciones son: una, por conducta escandalosa; la otra, por agresión. Ambas acusaciones son faltas.
I did find probable cause to support those allegations. Because they are misdemeanor allegations, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer.
Dicto que hay fundamento fáctico para ambas acusaciones, pero como son faltas, no califica para que se le asigne un abogado.
If you wish to have a lawyer defend you against those allegations, you will have to hire a lawyer to represent you.
Si usted desea que un abogado la represente ante estas acusaciones, tendrá que contratarlo.
Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing July 23rd at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the Goodyear Municipal Court.
Su siguiente comparecencia será una lectura de cargos el día 23 de julio a la 1 de la tarde en el Tribunal Municipal de Goodyear.
I do intend to release you on your own recognizance on these allegations with some conditions.
Mi intención es dejarla en libertad bajo caución juratoria con algunas condiciones.
Those conditions include that you cannot return to the scene where the underlying events giving rise to these allegations took place.
Una condición es que no puede no puede regresar al lugar donde tuvieron lugar los sucesos que llevaron a estas acusaciones.
You cannot have contact under any circumstances with the alleged victim.
Tiene prohibido tener contacto. Tiene prohibido tener contacto con la víctima por cualquier razón que sea.
That does mean that you would be prohibited from residing at the same location as the alleged victim.
Esto incluye que no podrá vivir en el mismo lugar donde vive la supuesta víctima.
If you currently reside at the same location as that alleged victim, upon release, you will have to find an alternate residence at least until your first court hearing.
Si usted vive en el mismo lugar donde vive la supuesta víctima, esto quiere decir que al ser puesto en libertad, usted tendrá que buscar otro lugar donde vivir, por lo menos hasta después que se celebre la siguiente audiencia.
You would be permitted one civil standby with law enforcement to return to any shared residence to retrieve essential items that you have there if you need to.
Usted tiene derecho a una visita al lugar acompañada por agentes del orden público para recoger solamente aquellas pertenencias personales indispensables.
You are also strictly ordered to comply with the terms of any orders of protection, if any have been or are later served upon you.
También tendrá que cumplir al pie de la letra con las condiciones dictadas en cualquier orden de alejamiento que se haya otorgado en su contra o que se pueda otorgar en su contra.
Do you understand those conditions and agree that you'll abide by them if released?
¿Entiende estas condiciones y se compromete a cumplirlas si es puesta en libertad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can head back to your left.
Muchas gracias. Diríjase a la izquierda.
Can I please have Rodolfo Navarrete Marban into the courtroom?
Pase a la sala Rodolfo Navarrete Marban.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento, por favor, señor.
Rodolfo Navarrete Marván, mes 10, 0871.
Rodolfo Navarrete Marván, 10-08-71.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on two different matters. Both of them allege new allegations against you.
Gracias, señor. Usted comparece el día de hoy por dos casos distintos y son ambas con acusaciones recientes.
The first is an allegation of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 4 felony, and possession of an open container of liquor in a vehicle, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
El primer caso se trata de conducir en estado de ebriedad agravado y la segunda acusación de ese caso es por llevar un envase de licor abierto en un vehículo.
I did find probable cause to support those two allegations.
Dicto que hay fundamento fáctico para estas dos acusaciones.
The second matter that you're here on is a direct complaint warrant. The allegations in that direct complaint are 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence, both Class 4 felonies.
El segundo caso que tiene es una orden de aprehensión por una acusación directa por medio del jurado indagatorio. Tiene 2 acusaciones de conducir bajo los efectos, conducir en estado de ebriedad agravado, y esos son delitos de categoría 4.
I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in both different cases.
He asignado a un abogado para que lo represente en cada uno de esos casos.
Your next court hearings for these 2 cases will all be the same.
Sus siguientes comparecencias para estos 2 casos serán en la misma ocasión.
Those hearings will be a status conference July 15th and then a preliminary hearing July 17th, both at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Estas comparecencias son una consulta de actualización el día 15 de julio y una audiencia preliminar el día 17 de julio. Ambas serán en el Tribunal Superior en el centro de la ciudad a las 8:30 de la mañana.
On these two matters, you have a total secured appearance bond of $5,200.
Para estos dos casos, usted tiene un monto total de fianzas de $5,200. Son para una fianza respaldada.
It is $200 on the direct complaint, $5,000 on the other new case.
Son $200 por la orden de aprehensión y $5,000 de fianza para el otro caso.
If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription.
Si usted presta la fianza y es puesto en libertad provisional, tendrá prohibido tener alcohol o tener drogas sin una receta médica.
And you could not operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license.
Y no podrá conducir un vehículo a menos que tenga una licencia de conducir válida.
Do you understand those conditions?
¿Entiende estas condiciones?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you very much, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Gracias. Pase a recoger su hoja.
Are you going to take them? Yes. Okay. Will you shift over for this one for me too, please? Thank you so much. Mr. Hernandez, if you will give us just one quick second, we need to make some adjustments here in the gallery and then we'll do the last one.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, can I please have Gualberto Rojas Gastelum into the courtroom behind the gray podium?
Pase a la sala Gualberto Rojas Gastelum ahí detrás del podio.
Okay, can I please have your full name and date of birth?
Dígame por favor su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Alberto Rojas Castelo, 19 de septiembre de 1973.
Gualberto Rojas Gastelum, 19 September 1973.
Thank you very much, sir. And appearance of counsel for the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Muchas gracias, señor. Abogada fiscal de parte del Estado, Brooke Gaunt, de parte de la Fiscalía.
Good morning, Ms. Gaunt. Thank you for joining us.
Buenos días, abogada Gaunt. Gracias por estar aquí.
Okay, Mr. Rojas Gastelum, you are here on allegations of new charges.
Señor Rojas Gastelum, usted comparece por acusaciones nuevas.
Those allegations are one count of aggravated luring a minor for sexual exploitation, a Class 2 felony.
Esas acusaciones son atracción de menores para explotación sexual, un delito agravado de categoría 2.
And one count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony.
Y un cargo de posesión de droga narcótica para uso, un delito de categoría 4.
Based on my review of the information alleged, the factual information alleged to have given rise to these allegations, I am inclined to find probable cause to support them.
Basándome en el fundamento fáctico que se da para fundamentar estas acusaciones, dicto que hay fundamento fáctico para someterle a proceso.
Before I do that, I will ask the state if there is any additional information they wish me to consider. Ms. Gaunt, anything in addition to the Form 4 on probable cause?
Antes de hacer eso, le preguntaré a la fiscal si hay algo más que quiera agregar en cuestión de fundamento fáctico aparte de la forma 4, abogada Gaunt.
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Okay, then I have found probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you.
Muy bien. Dicto que hay fundamento fáctico para someterle a proceso por estas acusaciones y le ha asignado un abogado.
Your next court hearings will be a status conference July 15th and then a preliminary hearing July 17th, both in the Superior Court downtown.
Sus siguientes comparecencias serán una consulta de actualización el 15 de julio y una audiencia preliminar el 17 de julio en el Tribunal Superior en el centro de la ciudad.
Before I consider or impose any release conditions, may I please hear recommendation and or argument from the state, Ms. Gahn?
Antes de dictar las medidas cautelares y determinar si es que se permitirán, quiero escuchar la recomendación y argumentos del Estado. Abogada Gaunt.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $100,000 cash-only bond.
Gracias, su señoría. El Estado está pidiendo una fianza de $100,000 en efectivo.
The state is also requesting if Mr. Gastelum is able to post that bond, electronic monitoring as is required by statute, no contact with any minors, and no internet use.
Sí, su señoría, el Estado además está pidiendo que si el señor Gastelum logra prestar esa fianza, que salga con el grillete de monitoreo electrónico de acuerdo a lo que requiere la ley, que se le prohíba contacto con menores y el uso de Internet.
These requests are based on the nature of the charges. Mr. Gastelum allegedly made arrangements to meet with what he believed to be a 15-year-old girl to engage in sex acts and allegedly sent her sexual material.
La naturaleza, todo esto por motivo de la naturaleza de las acusaciones. Según esto, el señor Gastelum quedó de acuerdo con una persona que él pensaba que era una muchacha de 15 años de edad con el fin de realizar actos sexuales y él le envió material sexual.
The state's understanding is that Mr. Gastelum is a Mexican national and he lacks legal status in the United States.
El Estado tiene entendido que el señor Gastelum es ciudadano mexicano y que no tiene calidad legal para estar aquí en los Estados Unidos.
The state is concerned he is a danger to the community as well as a flight risk. Thank you.
El Estado alega que representa un peligro para la comunidad y que es propenso a la fuga. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gahn.
Muchas gracias, abogada Gaunt.
Mr. Rojas Gastelum, I will give you an opportunity to address the court if you wish to in regards to what release conditions should be imposed in this case.
Señor Rojas, le daré la oportunidad de dirigirse a mí si usted desea con respecto a las condiciones o a las medidas cautelares para su caso.
But before I do that, I will remind you, you do not have a lawyer present here. The state's lawyer is here. Anything you say could be used against you.
Pero antes que usted vaya a decir algo, le recuerdo que no hay un abogado aquí el día de hoy defendiéndolo, pero el Estado sí tiene su abogado aquí y cualquier cosa que usted diga podría usarse en su contra.
So you do not have to make any statements, but if you wish to provide information for me to consider in regards to your release conditions, you may do that now.
Así que no está obligado a decir nada. Pero si usted quiere decir algo a su favor con respecto a las medidas cautelares, lo puede hacer ahora.
Okay. Sí.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you very much. I have considered all of the information in this case.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. He tomado en cuenta toda la información presentada en este caso.
I do have concerns for the safety of the general public based on the nature of the allegations against you.
Tengo dudas con respecto al bienestar de la comunidad por motivo de las acusaciones que se han hecho en su contra.
I also share some of the state's concerns that you may potentially pose a flight risk if required to surrender for an adverse verdict on these facts.
También comparto las dudas que tiene el Estado con respecto a su propensidad de darse a la fuga si se le requiere comparecer ante un veredicto en su contra en este caso.
I have determined that the least onerous release condition that I can impose to alleviate those concerns is a $150,000 secured appearance bond.
He determinado que la medida menos difícil para usted ante las acusaciones y lo dicho sería fijar una fianza respaldada en su caso por el importe de $150,000.
If you post that bond, you will be required to wear an ankle monitor for electronic monitoring pursuant to Arizona law.
Si usted presta esta fianza, tendrá que llevar por obligación de ley un grillete de monitoreo electrónico.
If you post that bond and you're released on an ankle monitor, you cannot have contact with any minors and you cannot access the internet through any electronic means.
Si usted presta esa fianza y es puesto en libertad vigilada, tendrá prohibido tener contacto con menores. Tendrá que llevar el grillete de monitoreo y tendrá prohibido acceder al internet por cualquier aparato electrónico.
If you are released from custody, you are also prohibited from possessing any weapons